What is up, you guys? It is Zach coming at you with another video. Now, today's video is going to be kind of a multi-layered one because Super Mario Party Jamboree, as we know, has a lot of boards, 7 to be exact. And I think it's highly possible that we could get an 8th board. Even though I don't think it's entirely likely, I still think that it's slightly possible. So basically, this video is going to be divided into 3 different sections. The first section being the kind of boards I think they could bring back from older Mario parties, which ones I think are most likely. The second part is going to be basically what I want them to do, the boards I want them to bring back. And then the third category is going to be an actual little theory that I have based on the trailer that we've seen that, if you watched my last Saturday, that you might know already. So, if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely make sure to drop a like and subscribe, all of that stuff down below. And of course, let me know down in the comments what board you would most want to see from the Mario Party series return for this game. Just one board, one more board to add to this already pretty dang good roster. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so firstly, we're going to be talking about the predictions of classic Mario Party boards, what I think they could end up doing. Now, I basically have 2 ground rules for what I think they're going to do here. Firstly, it's gotta be something from Mario Parties 1 through 3. I don't think they're gonna do anything from Mario Parties 4 onwards or anything from the GameCube era onwards. I feel like if they're gonna bring back another board from the classic era, it would be from the N64 entries. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting based off of what they've been doing. And secondly, I think that this 8th board will be something different thematically than the other 7 boards that we've already got confirmed. So, it's not going to be a grass jungle theme, kind of like Mega Wiggler's Tree Party. It's not going to be a tropical theme like Goomba Lagoon. It's not going to be a mall theme like Rainbow Galleria or a racetrack theme like Roll'em Raceway, though those two, there's not really much to go off of or based on from that anyways from the previous games. It's also not going to be a sky theme like Mario's Rainbow Castle, and it's also not going to be a desert theme like with Westerland, and then it's also not going to be a Bowser theme board like Bowser's Keep or King Bowser's Keep. So that actually eliminates quite a few N64 boards from possibilities. And obviously I won't include boards from Mario Party Superstars because they've already come back and they're not going to bring them here. That would be really, really weird. So without any further ado, let's get into each Mario Party and talk about which boards are most likely. Starting off with Mario Party 1, we have Wario's Battle Canyon, Luigi's Engine Room, and Eternal Star. Those 3 boards are the only ones that aren't themed off of something we already have in this game. Based on the boards I didn't include here, Peach's Birthday Cake and Yoshi's Tropical Island and Mario's Rainbow Castle have all already been remade, so those don't count. DK's Jungle Adventure obviously has the grassy jungle theme, and then Bowser's Magma Mountain is obviously a Bowser board. All of the rest of them are more unique. And personally, I don't see any of these returning. All of them kind of bother people in their own way. Wario's Battle Canyon, that one being self-explanatory. Luigi's Engine Room really frustrates people with the rising and lowering gate mechanic. And then Eternal Star is just freaking Eternal Star. It's so random and chaotic that no one would even know what they're doing on that board. So personally, I don't see any more boards from Mario Party 1 returning at all, in my personal opinion. Next up is Mario Party 2. Now, I actually only have one board as a potential return from that game, and that is Mystery Land. Given that this board's theming is kind of up in the air and it's a bunch of different kinds of things, but I can see this one thematically coming back. But in terms of board gameplay, I know that Nintendo probably know this isn't a really popular one, so I feel like this one also wouldn't return. Though, Nintendo brought back Peach's Birthday Cake, so anything's possible. In terms of the other boards from Mario Party 2, Spaceland, Horrorland, and Westernland have all already been remade, and then Pirate Land obviously is a little too similar thematically to Goomba Lagoon, and Bowserland is a Bowser board, so that ain't gonna return. So, that's it for Mario Party 2. Let's move on to probably the most interesting of these 3, Mario Party 3. So for Mario Party 3, I have 3 boards in contention of returning out of this one, being Chilly Waters, Creepy Cavern, and Deep Bloober Sea. All of these have unique themes that aren't already represented in the boards we have. Looking at the other boards, Spiny Desert obviously is quite the desert theme. Waluigi Island is kind of the island theme like Goomba Lagoon is, and then Woody Woods has obviously already been remade. Now, here's the thing with Mario Party 3. Even though they've kind of been shoving Mario Party 3 to the side, I do feel like a Mario Party 3 board is the most possible. Now, here's my prediction out of these three. I don't think it's going to be Creepy Cavern. Not only because it's the least popular Mario Party 3 board, but also the thing is with this game, you can see all of the maps, all of the boards I should say, on this island screen. Every single board is accounted for. Even Western Land and Mario's Rainbow Castle, the two returning boards are here. So I feel like Creepy Cavern would have fit in somewhere on that map, and it didn't, so I'm not counting that. The other two have complete possibilities of not being on this screen, with Deep Bloober Sea being underwater, so naturally you would not see it on land. But between these two, Chilly Waters and Deep Bloober Sea, I don't know which one they could bring back. I could see them going either way. Deep Bloober Sea is a segmented board where the board is basically split into two halves that you have to go up and down between, whether it's going past Sushi and hopefully not getting tornadoed in the direction that you don't want, or you can land on a happening space and have a little blooper tentacle take you up to the other half. I can see them choosing this board because it's a little more unique and there's a little more going on, whereas Chilly Waters, it does have the unique gimmick of the ice that, no more than one person can stand on, but then again, it is also a more simple board, and I don't know if they want to stick with the simple route. And of course, both of the themes of these boards are pretty unique, being snow and underwater. So I think they can go in either direction with this, but I'm going to personally pick Chilly Waters only because it's probably the more popular of the two amongst Mario Party fans, and it's just kind of a simple, fun board that would not be too complicated for them to do. Okay, next up, I'm going to be talking about three boards that I personally want to see, and given that I basically already talked a bunch about the N64 era, I'm actually going to dive into some non-N64 era boards that I want to see, since the GameCube era of Mario Party is my personal favorite, and those are the boards I'd want to see return the most. And I'm going to keep the same rule here that I did in the first part, that I can't choose any boards based on the themes that are already represented. So unfortunately, that means no Towering Treetop and no Clockwork Castle, because yes, I'm counting Clockwork Castle as the sky theme. Anyways, the first board I'm going to bring up here is from Mario Party 6, being EGAD's Garage. This board takes place in EGAD's Garage, and it's an interesting board because it's a pretty simple board, but this board has a unique gimmick of there being a gear in the middle of the board that rotates clockwise based on whether it turns to day or night, and that completely changes the pathing of the board. It would be an excuse for them to bring back the day and night mechanic, even if it's just for this one board, but it's also a simple enough board that doesn't overly rely on the GameCube's mechanics of throwing orbs and all that. This board can easily be played without any of that. It's a simple yet fun board, but has a lot of happening events throughout the board that makes it very interesting to traverse, and it's just a very fun board overall. So EGAD's Garage is my first pick. My second pick is from Mario Party 7, and that pick being Neon Heights. This board revolves around going around this board that is based off the US of A and gambling on these chests that might contain either a star, coins, or a bomb that'll send you back to the start. It's kind of got that Spiny Desert vibe of obviously the Mirage Star, but here you either get rewarded for your efforts with a star or coins or completely f***ed over and sent back to the start. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to remember to censor that. Whoops. But it's a fun board with a really cool vibe, and if they wanted, they could slightly retheme this board to be a New Donk City kind of thing, where it's New Donk City at night with some other elements thrown in. They could do that, and I think people would really like it, and it'd be a really cool one to see return. The last of my personal wish list is actually a board from Mario Party 8, so from the Wii era, and this board is King Boo's Haunted Hideaway. This board is obviously based on King Boo and being in a haunted mansion, but the unique gimmick of this map is that every time a star is collected, the mansion gets all jumbled up and is completely different when you re-enter it. Basically, every time you play this board, it is completely different. It's completely random, and I find that to be really fun and really chaotic. The only thing with how Super Mario Party Jamboree seems to work is that the golden pipe is still in play, and the golden pipe would completely break this board. So this would have to be a board that the gold pipe is not in play, and I'm completely fine with that because obviously the gold pipe would just completely ruin this board, and I really want to see this board return at some point just because it's completely random and fun. So yeah, those 3 choices are the ones I have to say for coming back. I love all of these boards for their own different reasons, and I think it'd be really fun to see them return. Okay, so this last part here is actually based off of some speculation I have. Now, as I've mentioned before, this screen shows off all of the boards that we have so far. We see Westernland, we see Mario's Rainbow Castle, we see Goomba Lagoon, we see Roland Raceway, etc, etc. We see all the boards. The only board that isn't directly seen is King Bowser's Keep, but in my opinion, it's going to be in this cave. But the one thing I'm thinking of when looking at this map is, well, the map is pretty plain except for where the boards are. For example, Rainbow Galleria is just surrounded by grass, there's not much around it and whatever. But there is one exception to that rule, and that is on top of the cave where we think King Bowser's Keep is. Now this is pure speculation, but what if up there where those dry bones are on the top of that cliff is actually another board? And this board would be completely different from the other themes, so it goes along with the theme of this video, and this board would be a cliffside, rocky, you know, up in the sky, well, I mean, okay, sky is already in Mario's Rainbow Castle, but on a cliff kind of board. Something almost like Pagoda Peak in a way. Not in terms of board functionality, but in terms of aesthetic and vibe. I think it'd be really, really cool to get another cliffside board. Maybe it's one of those things where like you could have an avalanche and fall down into a different part of the board. It would be really cool to see what they would do with a cliffside board. This is not a formal prediction. This is not me formally saying I'm thinking they're going to do this. This is just pure speculation on my part, but I would love to see them go down this route of doing this board just because it'd be a fun idea. But what do you guys think? Do you think a cliffside board is a potential idea? Do you think we're going to get something more classic from the original era of Mario Party? Or do you think that 7 boards is all we're going to get and we're not going to get anything else? What do you all think? Let me know down in the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff down below. And hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. And of course, until next time you guys, I'll see you all in the next video.